music multiverse listeners, and welcome back to Beyond Your Radio. This is Unknown Sundays. Yes, that's right. It's time to talk about another band, an artist, or something relatively unknown to some in the music multiverse. This may be something that was missed over time. Watchers, our collectors, listeners might be very interested in a rabbit hole to go down, and that can be from the past or it can be from the present. Please remember that this is an extension of the article section on beyondyourradio.com. So if you want the full details there, they're written by me. There's several links. This one does have a video link to it. And I'm also thinking about putting another one in there just now as I'm thinking about this. So an exploration into Saratoga Springs. If you're not familiar with upstate New York, Saratoga Springs is a beautiful town in upstate New York, about halfway through the state. Northeast of Syracuse, is a beautiful performing arts center, outdoors, wonderful area for horse racing, just fabulous shops. It's just a wonderful area. Now I would go there, and I have work usually going on there sometimes. So there's a record store there at that point. It brought me to this female artist today, but she was the second find of my browsing, as I was sort of preoccupied by Gord Downie's Battle of the Nudes, which happened to be available. I didn't even know of this woman's name from anything, but it was the title that drew me in, and the look of the album in comparison and color with Gord Downie's debut album, which was Away from the Tragically Hip. Not only that, but a wonderfully placed promotional sticker. Now, I took that sticker off, but this is the album, and there are two different covers for this. It said, a stunning debut album, classy and classic, reaches the parts that other musicians only dream of, aching and passionate sensibility. Well, check please. I got to get going. This was a work trip. I was able to slip away for maybe 20 minutes, and I had settled my agenda, so it was time to get back to the boss. Hey, if I could come out of this 5-hour train trip from Buffalo there with 2 albums to listen to on the way back, that's room for success. Little did I know that the great success was truly on the debut album of this female, and not that of the legendary Canadian frontman Gord Downie of the Tragically Hip. Not that I don't like the Battle of the Nudes, but it's nothing compared to the overall catalog of Gord Downie and the Tragically Hip. Enter an Irish singer-songwriter who was well marketed at that moment, and she delivered on what was written about her. This is Gemma Hayes on Unknown Sundays 2025. So the minute I put this on, I knew this was a realist. A young woman that, while having young to the game being played around her, was a songwriter that held to the truth and the emotional impact that it provides. While the melancholy is self-evident, it is way deeper than that, and probably a hint beyond her years, maybe, at the time. Nothing seemed superficial. It was played to be played, or placed to be placed. It's just not that way. The genuine article is Gemma Hayes, and that does not seem to have changed. While some of the chords and additional instruments have come along, and chances and changes have been made and they've been taken, there is also a few things that she holds dearly and tightly to, which is the power of songwriting. And there's nothing more self-evident to that than her 2 friends that are in the trio with her on side projects, Miss Lisa Hennigan and Mr. Ed Noonan, who do appear on this 2024 album, which is the latest one. Now, the Irish singer-songwriter just has a hold on the way chord, melody, and lyrical expressions just need to be held together, right? We don't need a pop entry here. We don't need something that makes familiarity. Folk can be folk, and it can hit hard just in lyrical wispiness or however she wants to deliver. She has a career now that has spanned the 2000s up to this point. technically, I'm probably pretty sure she was doing stuff probably in the late 90s in actuality. We'll get to that in a second. Um, and while there was a short departure, I guess it's not a short departure, 9 to 10 years, it hindered 2014, right? So that's when it started. Because now there's the new album Blind Faith, which is from 2024. And while there was some sort of reason for that, my thought process is maintaining that authenticity that makes for the career you define rather than the industry itself or other people's definitions of it. So if she couldn't be true to herself, or she was self-doubting, or what was going on at that time, and I believe we're talking about children too at this time. So the name of the song on Blind Faith is called High and Low, and is a tremendous expression of this authentic and grounded dedication to the art form and the delivery and the importance of soul-bearing songwriting.
We lived in between the days, in the kitchen writing songs to ease the pain. How were we to know it would set our walls on fire as the people became your choir, calling out your name, and now you're gone.
So Gemma is from Ballybreen in Tipperary. She grew up there, probably the youngest of 8. All right. Now that's family. I can't even imagine what the rate of attention was by the time it came to Gemma, but I'm sure it left her sort of to her own devices. My wife is the youngest of 4, and I know through her telling her history and the type of autopilot minimalism and childhood survival skills you develop as necessity, let's just multiply that by 2 for Gemma. If you watch the YouTube shows for Beyond Your Radio, you know my wife is the quietest of probably all of us. And I have a feeling that is also a bit true of Gemma as well. Reserved, old world soul, exploring and taking it all in rather than talking over the top of it. Although there's no question, based on her career path and still making it her passion, that she wanted to be heard, needed to be heard. This is the beauty and entity that is a woman at the mic, on the guitar, or even at the piano, even though wisely she stepped away from it back in 2014. Why do I say that? Well, that's another endearing moment, really. We music buyers and junkies, we start saying stupid shit like this, like, where's the next album? Geez, no album again? Must have lost your record label contract. It's not fair or understanding in any way, but what it takes to be a female musician. There's no easy road here if children are in the exchange. The ultimate sacrifice is usually the right one, and Gemma Hayes, for those missing album years, not only raised a family, but found someone to push her forward, a husband, friends, and other musicians. So here, maybe nearly a quarter century later, and this fabulously somewhat unknown solo artist, which boggles the mind in some cases, considering who we've seen pop up in the music industry that don't even share similarities, but have these horribly written songs that fit in the demon world of just mass publication. Make it this way, make it this way, make it this way. She's got something more to give and to enjoy now, and I think this is fabulous. And I didn't get to this 2024 album until we started to do this show. There's just another level of confidence. If you go backwards through her catalog this way, that quiet girl at the beginning that had the stories to tell, she had a unique delivery to tell them, has now more experience. She's got a deeper appreciation for what she has done, what she can do, and the common sense to realize what it looks to you and I, but also through the eyes of her family and her children. And I think that's a really genuine article of what it is to survive the music industry. And not even, I mean, is she in the music industry? I mean, yes, she's a musician. Do you have to be part of the train? If that's what we're calling it? Yeah, you don't. You can live outside that. You can be underground, let's call it, right? And not that she's underground. And underground seems to have a negative connotation or some sort of rap or hip hop kind of thing, but that's not the case. There's a lot of underground musicianship that flows through cities and townships, through cafes and bars. It's the impression, okay? That everlasting legacy that really matters the most to us all. What kind of person we are to our community, but most importantly, what did our family think of us? Um, Gemma Hayes seems to get a lot of that, especially in Blind Faith, the 2024 record, which is the befitting title with a double sided meaning, I guess. You have to have faith, and some of it blind, so that you can take the stage fearless or scared shitless, whatever, right? I can't tell you one way or the other with her. I would imagine sort of fearless to some degree. You have to have faith in yourself, whether that's blind or strangely confident. You have to go in with the expectation and or none at all. We're human, and there's nothing more human than her lyrical approach to this very everyday reality and the struggles, whether they're heavy or whether they're light.
You are only a reminder. You are only a reminder of another.
This can be in life or in the field of a singer-songwriter and a soloist. So very truthful, real comparisons here. This is the perfect title for the latest record I've had the pleasure of hearing, and it was a wonderful way to kind of harken backward through her catalog again. One interesting note that I didn't really have when I first started listening to her was her connection to a beloved Dublin band, The Frames. I love The Frames. In fact, Dave Odlum has produced nearly every record, I believe. And when you're a guitarist, musician who has worked with Oscar-winning winner and similar songwriter Glenn Hansard, it just makes beautiful musical sense. Gemma Hayes' choices, while I'm sure she has this hardwired, as her song states, memory of fame and what it was supposed to be, the pressures of it and exhaustion to be that oddly successful musician, I do believe she realizes the beauty in everything that she's delivered to this date, the friendships that she's made, this trio I talked about at the beginning, and the incredible list of accomplishments and accomplished musicians that have found an attachment to her. Which are in the article, but she's been with Mundi. He's an English musician to duet with him. It also includes her doing a motion picture soundtrack writing with it's called Janie Jones, and this movie is with Abigail Breslin, as well as Elizabeth Shue, Brittany Snow. So she has 4 songs or 3 songs she wrote for that particular movie. And while she is noted as the performer in the one, I do believe Abigail Breslin is singing at least 2 or 3 of the tracks that she wrote, because the movie is about a musician that basically finds out he has a daughter and has to overcome that. And he's probably got some struggles in it as well. I have not seen the movie. It's the first time I've ever known that it existed. So probably worth a watch. Also, the beautiful covers she has done, multiple covers of the same song, but she has done a beautiful cover of Chris Isaak's Wicked Games. That was actually present on Pretty Little Liars, as well as guest musician with several other artists, including even Julian Lennon's Photograph Smile from 1998. This is before she even had her deal She was on his record. Obviously, that's John Lennon's son. While she was nominated for the Mercury Prize back on Night on My Side, the debut, she is the songwriting prize of underground artists in the music multiverse. Sure, there are others that have a similar quality, even somewhat the sound, but they do not have the delivery and the truth. They just don't. They're singing to create a record contract instead of singing to bear truth, singing to make a connection. Again, big mystery as to why she is unknown in that regard. Sure, there are others that have a similar quality, even somewhat the same sound, but they do not have the delivery and the truth. They don't anchor it with that ability. They're writing to get a record contract, to keep their record contract. And there's no question that Gemma is no longer doing that. It can be a floating vocal that seems ghostly played, or it can be subtle pungence. Um, it can be a solo acoustic guitar or a buttoned up indie production, which obviously, again, Mr. Odlum is decent at. Um, you think? It can also have vocal accompaniment or be lonely, kind of heavy, a lone folk, kind of whispery, whatever the delivery. She is definitely lost in it. And I think she was having that struggle back in 2014 of what she believed she had to do and who she thought she had to please. And I think this record definitely is all of that come full circle, and it is quite the accomplishment. I'm hoping it gets a little bit more play and a connection than as it should. Obviously, it's 2024. We're still in 2025. There could still be breath in it if you take the chance. And I would think for a lot of this catalog, you could be lost in it too if you gave these albums the chance to hit your ear. Gemma, keep calling her Gemma. I don't know why. Gemma Hayes albums, those in my collection. Night on My Side, which I've showed you. I do not have The Roads Don't Love You from 2005, which was the follow up. I don't know why I don't have that. Maybe I couldn't find it. The Hollow of Morning in 2008, I have that. Let It Break in 2011, I have that. Bones and Longing 2014, I have that as well. And then 10 years later, Blind Faith in 2024. That one I'm still looking to get. She has an EP, Oliver, and a second EP of covers of Bob Dylan that she shares with another artist, which they're very well done too. I think he's more the lead, but her accomplished guitar playing, picking style is wonderful, and not to mention the fact that she does background vocals as well. So, what did you think of Gemma Hayes? Did you know of her prior to this discussion today? Are you going to Dublin for that rabbit hole? You maybe go to the Frames. I think Udlum was in another band prior to that. I can't think of the name of it. There's also some lovely additional work that she's done with, again, Mundi, English singer-songwriter, in that wheelhouse. You can even check out Julian Lennon, his projects go variety of places. Please comment, leave us a note or two. Maybe click the like button. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll see you next week for Little Hurricane on Unknown Sundays. We're on the web at beyondyourradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, of course. Articles, videos, podcasts coming very soon. Albums, bands, artists, anything we can get our hands on. Go Beyond Your Radio with us, a real music appreciation channel. As always, thanks for watching and happy listening.